Welcome back. Welcome to Floss Tube number 3. We're record setting here. Made it to 3. Freaking thrilled. Welcome back to anyone who's been here before. Welcome to anybody that's new. I'm still a little like mind blown. This whole Floss Tube thing. It's been 2 weeks now and 2 whole videos, and I've got like 70 subscribers and all these comments and views, and it's really fun. I guess that's just the best thing I can say about it. Like, I think it's so fun and so cool, and you guys are great. And like I said last week, you guys are way better than the moms groups. And as it turns out, you're also better than hockey groups. Joined a local hockey, like the official hockey fan group. We live near the Carolina Hurricanes, so we have season tickets because it's fun to take the kids to. So I joined their like official Facebook fan group. They're nasty. Like, they are meaner than a mom's group fighting about a car seat. I can't handle it. It's ridiculous. Once again, we've made it to Monday evening. I once again am watching football on mute. Tonight's Monday Night Football, brought to you in Mexico City. Really, we're just gonna rename this game the Game of Interceptions. It's like middle of the second quarter, and there've been like 9 interceptions. It's kind of ridiculous. Whatever. So, yeah, so welcome to this week. A bunch of stuff. Mostly this week is things I bought because you guys make me buy stuff. Some of you more than others, but you know, that's how it is. First, you guys like to call them FFOs. And I said in my first video, I really thought it meant finally effing finished, finally effing over. I'm renaming them FFFs because it is finally effing finished. I had one, the Bloody Mary full of vodka prayer that I made for my mom. Her surprise party was last weekend, and we gave it to her, and she freaking loved it. I just put it in a frame. I did not find the frame I want. Turns out like my mental capabilities are just not all there for that. So never found it, was not able to verbalize it, was not able to Google search it. So I found a frame on clearance at, I don't know, Home Goods, TJ Maxx, that kind of thing. Cute, super extra, like glittered and whatever. And my mom saw it. Oh my God, she loved it. So, but you don't get to see it because I didn't have my life together enough to take a picture of it. I was going to that morning, but I don't know if you've ever tried to get a husband and 3 children out the door for a surprise party. Like, tardiness is not an option. I'm real good at being late for stuff. So it was one of those like, nope, don't have time. Gotta go, gotta do it. So it is what it is. So that was my finally effing finished for the week. I only have 2 whips this week. I have spent a disproportionate amount of time trying to work on this Christmas calendar. We are this far. Let's see how close I can get it. Oh, it gets nice and close today. You can see, so I tried to film this like an hour ago, and none of my family would go away. Like, my husband's here and my kids were awake, and I was like, forget it. I hate all of you. So I sat down to start stitching, and then my husband was like, nah, maybe I will go hang out with the guys. And I was like, deuces. And so now we're doing this. So yeah, this is like mid whatever. It's going. I am eating all of my words, all of them. I think I said in the first video I wanted it done by the end of November. And then in my second video, I was like, nah, maybe we'll be a little bit more realistic, like before Christmas, maybe the first week of December. Like, nope, not sure. Some boxes stitch up really, really quick, and some don't. And it's just, it is what it is. So I'm working on it. I do work on it almost every night. My darling stepdaughter was like, why aren't you done yet? And I'm like, it's a little hefty of a project here, young lady. So yeah, I haven't gotten anywhere with that. So I'm going to keep working on it. I am going to hope for Christmas. You'll see in a little bit about stuff I bought. I'm done doing things when is seasonally appropriate, but we'll get there. So I did that. And then I had also mentioned I really wanted to do something smaller. I love a good big project, like a lot, but they're time consuming, and because I don't finish them, like I feel like I'm not finishing anything. So I decided to start a small project I pulled out the ever lovely feminist cross stitch book. Definitely one of my favorites. Showed it to my mom's sister, my aunt who was in town this weekend, and she was like, make me one. She loved it. So yeah, right now I'm making this, although I don't know that I'm going to give it to her. And it is this one. And it is the little teacup that says male tears. That. So, if you follow me on Instagram, same name, NicStitches, you'll know I told you I'm my own worst enemy. So I decided to start it, and I was like, I should have enough of the floss. Like, this should not be a big deal. I'll just use whatever I have in my stash. Turns out it was nothing. Whole darn thing. I had one color out of 15, 20-ish. So I'm gonna cover this because I don't want to break the rules. So this little post-it note here, those are all my color changes. Yep, that's what happened to that. So, you know, heaven forbid I wait like one more day and go to Joann's. I was so impatient and I was like, no, I want to start it. So I did. At the expense of my sanity, and redid all the colors. But I'm really happy with it so far. Again, you can see, don't do it, which side is better? There's good. Doing it on even weave, the Lugana that you can buy at Joann's. And I did decide to do this backstitched in an outline instead of in black. I felt like the black in the original blended a lot into the pattern. I don't know how close I can get this book, but let's see if we can do it. Right there. So you can see that the words male tears are in black and they just blended. And I was like, nah, let's do something different. So I started that. That's one day's progress. I really think maybe 2 more nights and I'll be able to finish it, which is just what I need. Like small, simple, happy. I might have just pissed off the hamster because he's right here. Yeah. So I'm happy with this cute little thing. I might put it in my office for when I'm on conference calls and I don't want to talk to anybody. Just look at it. So the biggest thing I did this week, because we're only 7 minutes in and I don't have a ton, on shopping. I did a lot of shopping and I'm sure I have stories to go with it. The first is my Stitch t-shirt came. Cross Stitch World Championship. And on the back it says Stitch along 7. At the bottom it says Cross Stitches Mother Bitches. And then all the team names. I was right here. I did triangle Stitch alongers. We were not a particularly active bunch of people. It's fine. I had a freaking great time. For those of you wondering on my Golden Girls update, I lost freaking skein of floss. Lost it. I picked my own colors and was working on it and sat down to work on it one night and it was gone. I had switched the words to 932 because I liked it. I have 3 skeins of 931, but cannot find the single one of 932. So I have to get more next time I go to Joann's. And it's literally like I'm in the middle of a letter. I can't just switch it right now. So that's annoying, but it hasn't made any progress because of it. I've searched everywhere. I've searched all my floss boxes at the bottom. I have a big bag, like a big Bear Bradley bag. I keep everything in. It's not in there, like gone. I assume the sock gnomes ate it, you know, the ones that take your freaking socks and stuff. So yeah, so I did that. Well, I didn't do that, but I did the other stuff. And in my first sidebar story of the day, can I just tell you, so I think I've mentioned once before, I used to knit when my kids were little. I cloth diapered. And so like wool pants and stuff were really good to cover cloth diapers. And they were expensive, so I learned to knit and I loved it. And I knit for a couple years when they were babies, pretty much. They also use the term skein for like their big skein of wool or yarn, whatever. But I learned to knit exclusively online. I didn't have anybody teach me. I didn't go to a class. So everything I learned was online by reading and pictures. And they do have videos, but it turns out they never said the word. So for the last like decade of my life, I've said skein, not skein. And it wasn't until I started watching YouTube that you all call it a skein. And I'm like, well, that's weird. That's not what I've called it for the last decade. I will follow the rules. I'm making up enough things. I'll make up acronyms. I promise I will try and pronounce things better. Okay. So not the first thing I bought, but the most logical thing to kind of talk about is the Caterpillar cross stitch. So they just did, I started following them on Instagram, and I think she has YouTube, and I think I've watched it. And I like her colors, like her color, something about those colors. Like I really like the bright and fun, happy colors. So I went online to look at what they had, and they just finished a holiday stitch along that I guess I'm not too late to join it, but I'm not joining it. But nonetheless, I loved the pattern, so I bought it. And there is not, it's called Deck the Halls. There is not a non-pattern photo of it here. It's the big, long one. She has like all over her Instagram. It says, hang stocking, dress tree, build snowman, mistletoe kisses, wrap presents, bake gingerbread. And I really like it. So I bought that with a projected finish goal of Christmas 2020. I'm not even going to start it. Like not even on my list of things to start or do or anything. So yeah, but I bought that, and I also saw that she is doing a stitch along for the spring, and she showed the colors, and I'm obsessed because that's what I do. So I think I'm going to do it. I think she said the pre-order is November 29th, if I recall. So yeah, there's my plan for that. Oh, excuse me. So the next thing that happened, which is literally just like a repeat of my life. I was on, where was I? Etsy? No, I wasn't even on Etsy. I was on Instagram looking at stuff while my husband was brushing his teeth, and came across Owl Forest Embroidery. And she just released this like villains, I can't look. I'm talking to the phone and Instagram is in the phone. I really should write stuff down. Haven't gotten there yet. But she released this villains, I don't know, villains of something. I was obsessed. They're so, so, so pretty. So I bought the Queen of Hearts in my fabulous black and white printout. It's super cool and doesn't have a ton of colors. Yeah, not many. I looked. It doesn't look easy, but it doesn't have a ton of colors. So I got really excited and I bought it. But then I had to buy stuff to go with it. But before I tell you about stuff, let me tell you something. Caterpillar cross stitch is in the UK somewhere. And Owl Forest Embroidery is somewhere in Eastern Europe. Maybe Russia. Oh no, it is Russia. Because I have a business PayPal account. I think I mentioned once upon a time I used to be a photographer. And I did a lot of stuff in PayPal because before I had a credit card reader, it was easier. So I did a lot of stuff in PayPal. And then even though I haven't been a professional photographer in quite a few years, it's easier to just keep it. Like everything's linked to that PayPal account. Did you know that in the United States, you are not allowed to use a US PayPal account to buy shit from Russia? Seriously. Like couldn't figure out why, like I have a login. I wasn't just trying to enter a credit card, like I was logging in and it kept kicking me out and saying like your purchase is not possible and blah, blah, blah. I was so pissed. Like I got on a cross stitch group, Cross Stitch Unlimited, I think, on Facebook and was like, really? I'm not trying to buy National Secrets here. I'm trying to buy an effing cross stitch pattern. The hell? And somebody finally pointed out, like, if it's a business account, it might not work. And I was like, still a dumb rule, but nonetheless. So I actually had to go back the next morning and I just put my credit card in instead of logging into my PayPal account to get it. But the point of the story is Russian money is rubles. And UK money is pounds. I know a lot of things. I am not good at money conversion. And for some reason, like Googling it didn't really cross my mind. So I like shot in the dark. I was like, 1,000 rubles. How much is that? I don't know. Doesn't matter. Let's buy it. It was like $16. If I had totally done my homework, I'm not certain I would have paid $16 for the pattern, but at that point, it was too late. By the time, like literally it had processed, like even the confirmation was like, are you charging 1,000 rubles to your credit card? And I was like, that's fine. I don't know what that is. So 1,000 rubles is just about $16. And I didn't write this one down. Six pounds, maybe 7 pounds. I think I paid $7 or $8. That one was a lot, and I knew that conversion was like close-ish. So now you know. The more you know. Yeah. So then what happened was I was trying to decide what I was going to do all that stuff on. What I was going to stitch it on. The Queen of Hearts, I want to start like soon. Like I said, I'm not starting the Christmas one right now. And in related stories that will link together, because I'm real good at the stories, I was on the hunt for a Halloween pattern. So let's see. Covering it all up. I went to, there it is, 1, 2, 3 stitch. So what had happened was I was watching YouTube, specifically Julie, Colorado girl in a Kansas world. I think that's it. Kansas girl in Colorado world. Maybe that's it. Julie. She doesn't know it. I watch her all the time. We're like besties. And she was talking about Halloween. She is doing like a 13th of the month start every month. She's going to work on Halloween stuff. And I was like, I want to work on Halloween. Mainly because, like I said, I have realized I'm not capable of doing this in a quick fashion. So if I want anything seasonal, I really need to do it like soon. Or now, all year, and just let it happen. So she was showing off some of her Halloween plans and her patterns and stuff. And, you know, I have rambled my mouth off about how much I love a PDF pattern. But she showed this pattern that I was like, I want it. I want it, and I want it now. Like, total, what's her name? Veruca from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory? Yeah. So I started Googling, and I was hunting this pattern down, and I could not find a PDF download, but I had to have it, not an optional situation. And it is that. And it is the Fire Burn and Cauldron Bubble by Ink Circles. Apparently, it's number 3 out of 4 Halloween motifs, but it was Halloween-y. Their example is on purple. If you watched last week, I have that train wreck fabric that I shrunk. So that's my plan, is to do it on this. So yeah, I've never bought swanky patterns. I'm excited to try it. I'm excited to do a monochrome pattern. I haven't done that before. And Halloween's not for 11 months. So Lord knows if I can't finish it in 11 months, we have much bigger problems. So that's what started this whole 1, 2, 3 stitch adventure, was trying to find this specific pattern. So I found it, and it was not PDF. And I was like, well, if I have to pay shipping anyways. So I also bought, and I literally just opened this right here. I have not looked at this yet. Black Ada. Oh, this is big. This is real big. That's half of it. It's this big. That's huge, as a matter of fact. So I needed Black Ada. I had mentioned a couple weeks ago I have a pattern I'm going to do for my stepdaughter that's a fun unicorn. It is this one. Let's get real close in there. It is by Silk Stitches Pattern Design. She is on Instagram. She is super sweet and friendly, and she offers one free pattern to her new followers. I'm not one to turn things down. Oh, let's see what that just did. I just got my low battery notice, and I just pushed the button and kept going. So let's see. So yeah, I've been trying to hunt down Black Ada, and I couldn't find any. So I got this. Clearly, I'm going to have more than enough to finish. So this on 14 is like 8 by 11, and this is 18. I have I really like the even weave. I've told you guys, I've done it a couple times. I really like it. I'm getting used to it. But 18 count Aida is my absolute jam right now. That's what I keep buying every time I go to Joann's, and I really like it. It's really easy to work with, and with 2 strands, 2 threads, the coverage is super, super full. And so it's really like my go-to for doing stuff. So yeah, so I was like, well, I'm paying shipping, and I had to have that pattern, like not optional, must buy Halloween patterns in November. So I bought this. And then I was looking, and if you go to Owl Forest Embroidery and you see, she's not doing these as a stitch along, but she does have a hashtag that goes with them. Again, it's screenshotted. It's inside of you. It's in my phone, and I can't get to it right now. And she has a really cool, like, marbled fabric that she used for the Queen of Hearts. So I was like, ooh, I'm gonna try that. So I bought this. Does it show up well? Oh, it shows up pretty well. This is 18 count Heartland Aida. It's 12 by 17. I'm pretty sure that works. These are metric measurements. And 18 by 35 centimeters. I'm gonna have to measure. I think this will work. I am not 100% positive, so I am gonna measure it. I buy things impulsively without, like, a half plan. This is what has happened. So yeah, so I got this for the Queen of Hearts. Super stoked. I am gonna start this one. I wanna start it. This is another one I wanna do for me. And God knows I don't have enough large, difficult projects that I should start another one. I mean, why not? Football update. Timeout. They're not telling me anything. It's timeout. I bet they turned it over like 600 more times. And the last thing I bought is another Instagram thing. I bought the Red Flower a Day collection by Carolyn Manning Designs. So trying to get the glare. Oh, that kind of takes the glare off of it. I fell into the hashtag for Carolyn Manning Designs. Oh, it's in a nice little book, all the pattern and stuff. I'm not mad at that. Yeah, I don't know, trolling on Instagram, because that's how I roll, and came across it and was like, those are so pretty. What would I do with them? Don't know. Doesn't matter. Gonna do it. Yeah, but I was holding out. I hadn't had a reason to buy it, and was definitely having a moment of like, well, if I'm going to pay for shipping anyways, I might as well like buy it all. So yeah, I did that. So I'm excited. So these are, let's see. I bought all these things and I'm so excited, and I want to start them, and I don't know if I'm going to start any of them this week. I would like to finish Male Tears. I'm going to continue working on that thing. The Christmas calendar. Definitely not starting the unicorn, maybe starting Halloween. But it's a short week. Yeah, I'm going out of town. I'll be gone Friday. Friends come Friday, and we're all leaving Saturday morning. I'll be gone Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So I'm not sure. On a side note, what do we call it? What is it? Married with Stitches. I got really excited. I was watching their last video, and they're doing like a big live YouTube, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna watch it. No, I'm not. They are doing a live stream YouTube with like all these giveaways Sunday at like 3 in the afternoon. And I'm going out of town to go to a football game Sunday. Kickoff's at 1. So I shan't be attending the live YouTube, which sucks because I wanted to, but it's all right. I'll catch it in the aftermath. I don't win a lot of stuff. So it's not that I would watch it to win, and those two are hilarious all the time. So yeah. But yeah, I'll be gone. I will be footballing. I will not be stitching because I will be footballing. So I'll be back Monday. I don't even expect, I probably will not floss tube until next, maybe Tuesday-ish. Maybe it'll be Monday. It's a surprise. It's a surprise for me and you together. Got no clue. Yeah, so that's all I got for you, kids. I also want to say thank you to Solerstitches. she posted another Halloween pattern that was stupid freaking cute. And I messaged her and asked her, well, I commented and I asked her what issue. She said it was from a magazine, a cross stitching magazine. And she said which issue. And then I went to buy it and like I searched for October and it had a cover that did not lead me to believe it was a Halloween issue. And then I searched for Halloween and they had a different one. So I messaged her and was like, would you mind sending me a picture of the cover of the magazine so I can copy? Like, I'm shameless, whatevs. She was really sweet and she responded and she sent me a picture just a couple hours later. So that's on my list to buy as well because I've seen a couple people now stitch. I think it's just stitching. Just cross stitch. Not sure. Maybe I'll tell you next week. Maybe I'll actually buy it. But yeah, it had some really, really cute stuff. So I'm excited for that. But thank you, solerstitches, whose YouTube I've watched and I still don't know your name. God knows. I'm probably not a very good YouTuber. I talk about people. I don't know your names. I don't know your channel names. I don't have the like common sense to write shit down before I start talking. And then it's too late because it's all in the phone and I'm talking to the phone. So my apologies, all of my love and affection. I do still love watching all of the Floss Tubes. I watch you guys every day. It's like my background when I'm doing stuff. You give me tons of ideas. Yeah, it's good. I really enjoy it. And lots of you are readers too. Like enjoy reading for pleasure a lot, which I really love. I used to read a lot more than I do. I don't as much as I would like to, but I am trying to raise tiny readers. It's a really big goal of mine. I'm very happy to announce that tonight I went upstairs to tell my children to go the hell to sleep and found my 8-year-old son reading Harry Potter for the first time. He's tried before and it was like too much for him and he couldn't get into it and he was stumbling over words and getting frustrated and confused. And I was like, bud, we own the books. Just like set them aside. It will be fine. Yeah. And I found him reading tonight and he's like into chapter 3 and he's stoked and he's loving it. And I'm so proud and so excited because I need another Potterhead in this house. So yeah. I love the reading community. I've also asked you guys questions about books for my older son is 11. I mean, he's a big reader. Like he's that kid that brings a book to a restaurant. I was that kid too. I used to get in trouble because I wouldn't talk to people. It's ironic. Now I don't shut up. But yeah, so he's a big reader, but what occasional time I have to read, I don't like giving up that time to pre-read like tween, fantasy, whatever. So some of you, that is your genre of choice and I love it because I can just ask you and you're honest and I'm like, yeah, I will wholeheartedly accept recommendations for 11-year-old boys, middle school age boys, even early high school age would be fine. Like I said, he's a strong reader. His dad and I are fine. I don't want to say we're fine with violence. We're not, but like honestly, to challenge him at this level, I have two choices, sex and violence. I pick violence. No sex. I'm just not ready for this kid to be reading sex yet. Like his dad read the whole, whatever we call the Game of Thrones series, Song of Fire and Ice, he read the whole series before the show. And like we're to a point where my son asked if he could read it and I was like, nope, cannot. I don't think he could, to be fair. I tried to read it a couple years ago and it was a lot even for me. Fantasy's not my go-to genre. And I really had to push to get through it and I didn't even finish it. I do plan to restart it, but I haven't done it yet. So like I haven't let him, but I'm just like, shit. Like I want to challenge him. I want him to be engaged and care and do stuff. But not if it involves sex. No sex. Not ready. Anybody want a middle schooler? So, wow, that was a hefty sidebar from the world of cross stitch, but yeah, this whole, all of you answer questions, you talk to people, like 70 of you want to listen to me talk again. Not sure why, but here I am. So, no, it's great. It's been a lot of fun and I look forward to doing more. So, thank you. I love you. That was a noise. Do you get a football update? Every time I look, they're like doing dumb stuff and not showing me the score. Oh, it's halftime. 10-9. That's not a bad game. maybe they'll stop turning over the frackin' football now and I can actually watch it. So it's been fun. I love you. Thank you again. Thank you for watching. Thank you for encouraging me to buy shit. It's a good time. Have a lovely week. And I will see you all later. Bye.